So are you still looking for the perfect Christmas gift? I may have the answer for you right here. So in front of me, I have Blackstone's newest addition to their pizza oven line, the Leggero pizza oven. This is Blackstone's answer to the portable pizza oven. I know they had the portable version that attached to the griddle, the 22-inch griddle before, but the reality is that wasn't super portable because it was really big and it had to attach to a griddle. So this is Blackstone's answer to some of those other competitors that have like that portable model that sits on the legs and can kind of fold up and be carried around. So that's more of like what this is. But this has some advantages above some of those. One of them being that it has the rotating pizza stone inside of it, which is probably the biggest thing that I like about this bigger pizza oven and why I chose it over one of those other brands. So this has that in there. Plus, the burner is kind of unique. It's a single burner, but it has like a surrounding flame. So it actually provides more even cooking as opposed to, I know the Uni has a flame at the very back only. So anyway, lots of cool stuff about this that we're gonna look at. Let's unbox it, let's assemble it, let's see what's going on inside this box, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. Okay, we are unboxed. Here is everything we have in the box. Really, with the scheme of things, the way Blackstone sometimes does things, this is not very many pieces, and it looks like it'll be pretty easy to put together. So we've got our pizza stone, which was tucked nicely inside the pizza oven, wrapped in styrofoam. We have the door, looks like the piece for the propane tank. Looks like maybe a couple pieces to attach the door. The electrical outlet in order to make the stone rotate. Looks like a handle for the door, our knob, and 4 legs that have like a nice rubber tip on them for attaching to the bottom. Okay, so let's actually put this together and see how well it does with assembly. Okay, I just missed it, but I found it. Tucked up inside here was this box that has the screws. Not only does it have all the screws, but it even comes with a screwdriver and a wrench. I always appreciate it when things like this come with the tools needed so that I don't have to go hunting down tools. So that was in the box as well. It was just hidden up inside the pizza oven. All right, so now let's put it together. Okay, so here it is fully assembled. All in all, it took me just a little over 20 minutes to put this together, so not a bad assembly at all. Most of it was in the putting the door together and putting the legs on. A couple other little parts there. So let's talk about some things that I noticed right away about it. So one of the first things is the door. I do appreciate that it has a door that is attached. You know, the big pizza oven, those of you who have seen those, you have to take the door completely off. I like that this is attached. I like that it has like a spring mechanism over here because there's a lock right here. So when you lift it, it automatically, with that spring, locks in place. And then you just give it a light little tug here and it drops it back down in place. And this is a door, unlike the big one where you cannot use it with the door on. This is one, because the door is vented, that you actually can use it with the door on it to help kind of hold in some of that heat. Okay, so that's one advantage. It does have a temperature gauge. I don't know if you can see it up here, right up here on the top. That kind of gives you the actual temperature measurements, right? It has 4 legs, so it's very stable, okay? So I don't have to worry about it toppling over or anything. I know some of the other brands only had 3 legs on them. It wasn't usually an issue, but there was always that risk of it toppling one way or the other. I do kind of wish the legs would fold up and make this a little bit more portable. That's my only real gripe so far. You know, it's not a big deal. I could, if I really needed to, unscrew these legs and take them off. But it would have been nice if these legs could have folded up underneath it. But honestly, it's really not that big. So it's not a big deal, right? Some of the competitors are much longer, you know, this way. So this is actually a pretty nice size one. So the assembly was very, very easy. One of the things that I want to point out is that the rotating pizza stone inside can take, just like the big one, can take batteries or the electrical outlet. I'm opting for the electrical outlet option currently, just because I don't want to have batteries in there that gets left in there over time. But if you're taking this out camping or something, you can put batteries in there and still use it. That's nice. Another thing that I noticed, which I really like, is how quiet the pizza stone is. So when I push the button, first of all, you see that the button lights up here to show that it's on, but also you can't even hear it. Like, it is absolutely silent. I know with this pizza oven, now this is bigger, so it's got more motors and things in it working to make it function better, but this motor, when it rotates the pizza stone, makes a lot of noise, okay? So if you have one of these, you probably know what I'm talking about. It kind of has this constant motor noise going as it's spinning. This one is absolutely and completely silent. It's in here rotating right now. I've got my microphone as close as I can to it, and you won't hear anything. It's absolutely silent, okay? So I do appreciate whatever they did to make that as quiet as possible. So this is a portable pizza oven, so it does come equipped with the hookup for the smaller propane tanks. That's what I'm going to be using today, just because I don't have the adapter, but you can purchase the adapter for the larger propane tanks if you want to use that. I will probably be purchasing that adapter just because I probably won't use this camping a whole lot. Maybe I will, but I'll have both options. Usually when I use it from home, I'll probably use the bigger propane tank, okay? So let's actually see if we can fire this up, and let's see how easy it is to fire up. I know with the bigger pizza oven, there was some complaints about maybe how difficult it was to fire up. There was a learning curve to it, right? I could tell you that part of that is because this one is built in with a safety mechanism where you have to actually prime the propane. And so if you find that you're like pushing the knob a lot to try to get it to light before it kicks on and stays on, that's why. It's because you're kind of priming it. It's got a safety mechanism in it so it doesn't just like blow up in your face. So you have to prime the propane up in there. So you push the knob a few times, it gets that propane primed up in there. But it has been mentioned that it can be kind of difficult to light. Some people thought maybe theirs was broken or something. It probably wasn't, okay? So let's see with this one how hard it was to light up. So I'm gonna get that pizza stone running. And I believe, yep, so if I push it in, can you hear it? So there is that electric starter in there, so you just push it in to get that electric starter going. And then I should be able to just turn it. Oh, there it goes. Got to get that propane going in there a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. There it goes. So that actually, it took it a couple times. Might be because it's brand new, might be because it's got a similar safety mechanism where it's got to prime and get going. But there it goes. Let me get you, move you a little bit closer to it so you can see it. All right, so what you could see in there is that it has this flame going all the way around. So both sides and across the back. So you get this nice even heating the whole way around when you're cooking your pizza oven, when you're cooking a pizza. So I'm actually going to do that again. I'm going to turn this thing all the way off because I just want you to see the heating. So we've got our door here. Okay, so I'm going to lift the door and it just latches into place. I'm going to turn my pizza stone on. Again, nice and silent. I don't know if you could tell that it's turning, but it is spinning right there. Okay, and then we're going to just kind of, you push in and you hear the igniter and turn. So, took it a couple tries, but it does light right up. I would say that lights up easier than the big one, a little bit less priming, but it still took a little bit of work to get it to go. All right, folks, so there you have it, the unboxing and assembly of the pizza oven. So I know one of the concerns that people are probably going to be asking is, what about sitting it on this surface? I've got a wood surface here. Am I concerned about the heat that it's putting off and it damaging the surface? So I could tell you it's on. Well, it was on just a second ago, and I could put my hand under here and this surface is still ice cold. It's nice and chilly outside right now. You know, it's like 50 degrees, 50 something degrees out here. And I could tell you that the surface here is still really chilly, really cold. It didn't warm that surface up at all. Now, the actual surface of the pizza oven, I wouldn't say it's so hot that I can't touch it. It's not gonna burn me as long as I do light touches here. But it does get warm on top, right? And then the back, I don't feel, there's just the lightest bit of warmth back here. So that propane tank, which still feels cold to me over here, is nice and cool. So the heat distribution is really nice in this, where it's not going to damage your surface here. It doesn't feel like it's going to be an issue with things surrounding it or anything like that. So what are my first impressions? First impressions are, I'm pretty excited to have a portable version of this big one. Maybe one that I could take to friends' houses, I could take it out camping or something like that. I love that it has the rotating pizza stone. One of the reasons I went with this big pizza oven instead of one of the other brands that are out there is that rotating pizza stone. It makes all the difference in the world when it comes to making quality pizza, but not only that, but all the other things that I have made in this pizza oven, because of that rotating pizza stone allowing that heat to distribute evenly. I don't have to babysit anything that's in there. I could just kind of put it in there, let it do its thing, and then pull it out when it's done. So I'm really excited that this has that same thing. I'm really excited about the distribution of the heat, where it's surrounding with the burners so that that heat is evenly distributed across that pizza stone as it rotates. So that's, all of those things are things to be really excited about. I also like that it has the door that is attached that I can actually close while it's heating up and while it's running. That way I can cook things like breads or buns or biscuits or something in there, and close the door and allow that heat to actually distribute, kind of like an oven, which will allow baking to be a little bit better, okay? And you can see there's that nice thermometer on the top to actually give the temperature reading, so I can keep track of what my temperature is for those baking things where it's like you need it to be 300, 350, 400 degrees, and you can kind of monitor that on here, okay? So let's talk price, okay? So I know, because I used to own some of the competitor pizza ovens that were out there, I know that those usually run for this size, for like a 13-inch size pizza, which is what this is, those typically run close to $400 to $500, okay? Some people complained about this larger one because they were like, well, I could go get a competitor for $400 to $500. This one's starting price was closer to $1,000. I believe you could get it now via Walmart and some sales for like closer to $500. But this one is currently on sale on Blackstone's website for only $300. So that's a sale. It's normally, I think, $399. I think it's on sale right now for $299 for early people who buy it early. It's a perfect Christmas gift, so it makes it a competitor with some of those other brands. But you have the rotating pizza stone in here. You have the temperature gauge, which some of the other brands do not have. You've got the door that you can actually keep closed, with some of the other brands do not have. They usually just have an opening that stays open all the time. So this definitely has some advantages over some competitors. I haven't cooked in it yet. We're gonna cook in it as soon as possible, and I'll post a video about that. But my initial reactions are, it's gonna be a great Christmas gift. It's at a great price right now. I'm pretty excited to use it. So let me know what you think. Put your comments down in the comment section. So if you are thinking about purchasing one of these, I'm gonna also put a link down in the description that has a direct link to the Blackstone store for you to go and find one of these and purchase it as well. Okay, so let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time when we actually bust it out and do some cooking in it and see how it does. All right, till next time.